Welcome back to LatiNation. I'm your host, Humberto Guida. Now, up next, she's the well-known, expressive media personality that many in the radio world have quickly taken notice of. Marisa Mendez grew up in New Jersey and rose to prominence with her role at New York's Hot 97 FM, as well as her contributions to the widely popular podcast titled I'll Name This Podcast Later, which she co-starred with rapper Joe Budden. As with many collaborations, creative differences took place, leaving Marissa at a crossroads moment. So she packed her whole life up and moved to the West Coast to try her hands in the City of Angels with nothing more than $1 and a dream. Now, Marissa has landed a major gig with the network Revolt TV, created by hip-hop mogul Sean P.Diddy Combs, and she tells us all about it right here on LatiNation.
A big thing that I'd been known for and which started the podcast talk was my stories. I always have a story to tell, a crazy weekend or a crazy scenario. And I'd come in on Mondays and the Angie Martinez would be like, Marissa, tell me about your weekend. I know it was crazy. And she'd laugh at my stories. And I don't think anything has given me more validation or confidence than Angie Martinez laughing at my stories. Hey, my name is Marisa Mendez from the podcast Marissa Explains It All, also from Revolt TV and formerly Hot 97's Ebro in the Morning.
So Marissa, how many guys have you talked to at once?
I had 2 boyfriends at the same time once.
That's crazy.
I definitely consider myself a media personality. It's interesting. I think that the fact that I'm so open, sometimes it bites me in the butt because, people will use my words against me and I'll have to deal with the comments and all the crazy commentary online. But overall, I think it's what I've always wanted since I was a kid. I've always loved being in the limelight. I'm a Leo, so we do love the spotlight and we do love the attention. And I really do enjoy having a platform to share the music that I love and the things that I love. And so I really do enjoy being a personality. Well, like I said, I always have crazy stories, right? I get into these crazy scenarios. So, there's plenty of radio stations, there's lots of places to go, but again, and even though I grew up on Hot 97, it's not just that. It's again, the magnitude of how important it was, and to know that I earned my stripes there. People, no matter what they say, everyone has wanted to work at Hot 97. That is the Mecca. That is the most worldwide known radio station in hip hop. It's Hot 97. So to know that not only did I work there, but that I worked my way up because these personalities respected me enough that they wanted me to help them with whatever they were working on, it's still crazy to me. So yeah, the Joe Budden podcast, that was definitely one of the more dope experiences of my life. It was probably, I'll always be grateful for that experience, and I'm grateful for the way that it ended too, and it inspired me to start my own podcast and then have my own platform to be able to just do me on that.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean? What do you, as a friend, as somebody at work, when you don't call somebody, you fire someone over a text message, that's how you do that? On a show we started together? That was such a rough time for me. I think I've always been hypersensitive to my personal relationship. So to not only lose a friend in that scenario, but lose a friend super publicly and fall out in front of all these people that had opinions, all of that stuff all at once was a really tough thing to deal with. What's funny is, around that time, prior to me leaving I'll Name This Podcast Later, I had wanted to move to LA. I'd been wanting to move to LA for at least a year or 2. But the one thing that was holding me back was the podcast. So then when the podcast ended, I'm like, I could just move to LA now. I had no promise of a job out here at all. So I literally just YOLO'd it, but I just felt in my heart so much that I needed to be out here, and here I am. And then I went to a party one day and someone's like, yo, we can use you for Revolt TV. And I'm like, oh my God, okay. And I got a job the next day. I think I would have regretted this forever if I never did it. And I was young-ish and no kids, no husband. There would have been no other time to do it. So I'm really proud of myself for that.